Today, we're heading deep into the jungles of the Yucatan to explore the incredible Maya city of Chichén Itzá. It's a place of genius, mystery, and some pretty amazing secrets. So, what's hiding in this ancient metropolis? Let's dive in and find out. When you think of Chichén Itzá, this is probably what you picture: the amazing Temple of Kukulcán, also known as El Castillo. It is an absolute masterpiece of Maya engineering, for sure. But its real genius? Well, that's something you can't just see with the naked eye. See, this pyramid is so much more than a monument. It's actually a massive working calendar, which really makes you wonder, right? How on earth did the Maya turn a giant pile of stones into a celestial clock? Well, here's how. Twice a year, on the spring and autumn equinoxes, something magical happens. As the sun sets, the light and shadows line up perfectly to create the illusion of a giant serpent slithering its way down the pyramid's main staircase. It is an absolutely stunning display of their mastery over astronomy.
This incredible feat of engineering, the serpent in the stone, is our first big clue. A perfect symbol for a city that's just brimming with mystery and innovation.
Okay, so they were masters of astronomy. But that brings up a really practical question. Why build such a sophisticated city right here, in the middle of a dense jungle, with no rivers or streams in sight? I mean, how did they survive? The answer, it turns out, is literally right under their feet. The Yucatán Peninsula is basically a massive, flat slab of limestone. All the fresh water here doesn't flow on the surface. It runs through this huge network of underground rivers, completely hidden from view. And this was the key to their survival: the cenote. These are natural sinkholes where the limestone has collapsed, creating these amazing, deep wells that tap right into that underground water. The most famous one, the sacred cenote, wasn't just for drinking water. It was a deeply spiritual site, a place of pilgrimage. You know, these wells were so important that they're right there in the city's name. Chichén Itzá literally means at the mouth of the well of the Itza. The city's entire identity is tied to its sacred water source. So, with a reliable source of water, the stage was set. Chichén Itzá was ready to explode onto the scene and become a true regional superpower. And its rise was, honestly, meteoric. It all started around 600 AD, and by 900 AD, it had become this dominant powerhouse, controlling the northern Yucatan for about 2 centuries. But like all great empires, its time eventually came to an end, fading away even before its rival, Mayapan, rose to power. At its peak, Chichén Itzá wasn't just a city, it was a bona fide superpower. It was a huge economic hub that controlled key trade routes. It drew in people and ideas from all over Mesoamerica, creating this amazing cultural melting pot. You can actually see this blend in its architecture, this unique mix of classic Maya and styles from central Mexico, like in the famous Temple of the Warriors. So, after its glorious reign, Chichén Itzá was abandoned, swallowed by the jungle, and pretty much lost to the world for centuries. But its story was far from over. In the 19th century, a new chapter of discovery began. And it was this book, right here, that completely changed the game. Incidents of Travel in Yucatan was filled with these incredible detailed illustrations that brought the lost city back to life, sparking this global fascination that continues to this day. And just look at this transformation. On the left, you've got a photo from 1860 with the temple almost completely buried under trees and vines. And on the right, that's the very same spot today. It's just an incredible testament to the massive effort it took to uncover the city. But that kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. The real heavy lifting started in the 1920s. It was this huge international project with teams from Mexico and the US who took on the monumental task of clearing the jungle and restoring these magnificent buildings. But here's the thing. Even after a century of work, Chichén Itzá hasn't given up all its secrets, not by a long shot. The city is still an enduring enigma, with new discoveries constantly changing what we think we know. Let's circle back to El Castillo for a minute. It turns out it's not just one solid pyramid. It's actually built like a Russian nesting doll. The pyramid we see today was constructed directly over an older, smaller temple that's still hidden inside. And when archaeologists tunneled inside, what they found was just, wow, a treasure chamber, untouched for centuries. Inside was a perfectly preserved statue and this stunning red jaguar throne, decorated with real jade. It was a truly sacred space. But wait, it gets even wilder. The pyramid was holding an even deeper, more fundamental secret. As recently as 2015, scientists used new technology and discovered a massive, hidden cenote located directly beneath the pyramid's foundation. They intentionally built their most sacred temple over a sacred well, the source of life itself. It's no wonder this place continues to captivate us. In 2017 alone, more than 2.6 million people came here, all eager to walk among these incredible ruins and feel that connection to the ancient Maya. It really leaves you with a final thought. From a serpent made of shadows to a pyramid built over a secret well, Chichén Itzá is a place that's constantly rewriting its own story. After all this time, you just have to wonder, what other incredible secrets are still buried there, just waiting for us to find them?